What's up, guys? So we are back here in Archeage, and it is Revenge of the Lily. The Lily is striking back with a vengeance. Lily prices used to be insanely high in the beginning of the server. As you can see in the first day chart here, is averaging around 25 silver, highest of 1 gold. Insane value for lilies, because lilies are needed in the Guildestar daily quest at the, the skilled trainer person, the priest person, I don't know her name. But yeah, 1 lily is required to get your Guildestar there. So, lilies were insanely high, then they dropped off in value. And again, now it is the revenge of the lily. The prices are soaring. The supply has dried up. Lilies are now also used in pigments. And so lilies, you need 20 of them to make a soft leaf pigment. And there's currently none on the auction house here for the North America Fresh Start servers. So once again, soft leaf. Actually, you need 30 of them, which is even better for lily farmers. Lilies is crazy because you can actually find a lot of lilies out in the wild. They're a pretty common flower. So if you see a lily out in the wild, grab them. Of course, the economies are always changing. It's always depending on supply and demand. And let's take a look here at how much lilies are on the auction house. There's just not that many. There's barely even, looks like 30 or so. And everything is a single lily. So really, you can't even make more than 1 pigments with all the lilies on the auction house. That is pretty crazy, guys. So, if you want to make money as a free-to-play player or a patron, lilies, hunt those lilies down. Oh, we got a big stack here, 74 lilies up here. Those guys will probably be sold pretty quickly. A way to see how fast things are selling is look at the time. 6 hours means that it was just listed on there. Literally just listed on there within a few minutes, because once a few minutes pass, it goes down to that 5-hour mark. So these ones haven't sold. They've been on here for at least 3 hours, because you can only list things in increments of 6. So you can list them in 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, or 48 hours. So generally, that means these have been listed at the 12-hour mark. 3 hours have passed. We don't know how many this guy listed, though, and I'm sure some have sold, because if you look at the same-day averages, 2,792 lilies have sold today at the high of 99 and the low of 7 silver, with the average out of 18. Lily prices are really, really high. Again, there's no soft leaf pigments on the auction house, which is another plus. Anyone that wants to craft these guys can now craft them and sell them at whatever price that they really want that's reasonable, because no one else is competing with them, and they can sell them and make a good chunk of money off of them. But you don't want to get too crazy. You don't want to try and sell a soft leaf pigment for like 100 gold, because people are just going to wait it out and then or craft it by themselves or have a buddy craft it, etc. So, if no one is selling your specific items on the auction house, you can get a premium price, but don't jack it up too much where people are just going to wait it out and just like, I'll pass on it. So, this soft leaf pigment, if I want to remember correctly, sells for right around 30 to 40 gold. So with no one having it on the auction house, I'm going to go ahead and craft one, and I'll throw it up there for like 40 gold on the high end. If people had it on the auction house, you just go ahead and do some undercutting. So you'll notice like the vicious glossy oils. There's tons of people crafting this, and everyone kind of undercuts by 1 or 2 silver just to keep the price around the same, but to get theirs up in the first search engine slot. Because you want to be in the first, obviously people buy the cheapest item that's out there on the auction house. And yeah, so that's just what happens. That's the normal cycle of the supply and demand on the auction house. And even these guys, it's just madness undercutting. This one was listed 6 hours ago. This one was listed 5 hours ago, very, very soon. So all these guys had just been listed within a few minutes of each other, because they don't have that 5-hour mark on there. Once again, you get this 5-hour timer after a few minutes have passed of listing an item on the auction house. So these are all very, very new items. And if you look, there's 117 that have sold. So a lot of this stuff does actually sell pretty quickly. This whole entire stock might actually sell out in the next hour or so. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Revenge of the Lily. Go plant those lilies. Go harvest those lilies. Bring that price down of lily. And I will talk to you guys later. Some great value to be had with those lilies.